All right, we're gonna be watching broke a world record with Ramsay from 𝒃𝒊𝒂𝒏𝒌. Eat some food while we watch this. Let's do this.
Got some cherries in front of me.
Today we're breaking a Guinness World Record with Gordon Ramsay.
Now we'll be making the world's largest beef Wellington using my personal recipe.
The record to beat is 50 pounds. But what exactly makes for the perfect beef Wellington?
Right, first of all, we've got to get that sear. No colour, no flavour. Then that 𝒂𝒃𝒊. Then the prosciutto, then the crepes, and then, of course...
Have you ever had beef Wellington?
No, I'm going to though.
Never had it.
When I go to his restaurant.
Luckily, if there's one thing Gordon's known for, it's the beef Wellington. Any advice on how we should do this?
Don't f it up.
Okay.
After you get to start the Wellington, I'll make the sauce.
You know, Nick got third place in MasterChef?
Hmm?
Did you know that?
What's up?
Nick, the Nick right here, he got third place in MasterChef. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Excellent.
The real challenge today, aside from the fact that Gordon is counting on me to turn this pile of ingredients into the perfect beef Wellington.
So probably if anybody that's ever been on any MasterChef Hell's Kitchen, he's probably the most successful.
Cooking challenge ever, I've called in some backup to help me out. Some of the biggest names in food. I call them the Steak Avengers. Oh, looks like Gordon's already texting me.
Well,
Guys, come on in. I think we got our
the Steak Avengers.
Hey guys, it's me. Listen, the sauce is coming along fine. Please make sure when you put that Wellington together, it is absolutely precision and immaculate. I can't wait to see it. Hurry up, Nick. Let's go.
𝒃𝒊𝒂𝒏, you guys got the meat. You're gonna handle the 𝒂𝒊 and the crepes, and I'll take the prosciutto.
3, 2, 1, beef.
One of the most important parts of a beef Wellington is the prosciutto. I'll be using this giant and very dangerous deli slicer to get the best slices of prosciutto I can possibly get. This prosciutto was shipped all the way from Spain and is some of the best in the world. I need to take off one corner of the prosciutto, and now we're ready to slice. To carve my prosciutto, I first need to set this at the proper number, which will adjust the thickness. I'll place my prosciutto into the machine, clamp this down to secure it, and it's time to slice. Now the goal is to get even and consistent slices of prosciutto. These will eventually be used to wrap around the meat that Max and Guga are working on right now. This prosciutto looks incredible.
What an all-star
Alright,
cast.
first thing we gotta do is remove this fan. Let's do it.
We're gonna be completely fusing
So many big-time food people here
If there's
on
no
YouTube.
silver skin, it's not gonna stick together.
More fat, more better, but not today.
The reason I gave you guys both the beef to work on is because I myself do not want to work with meat glue.
So you're making us do the dirty work for you, huh, Nick? We like it.
A 𝒂𝒊 is a traditional mixture of mushrooms, shallots, garlic, and thyme. We'll be using a mixture of mushrooms starting with these white button mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms for that nice umami flavor, some golden oyster mushrooms, and finally some king oyster mushrooms. Now it's time to chop. To cook our 𝒂𝒊, both pans are gonna get a little bit of olive oil, and this one here is for our crepes. In both pans, we're gonna start with some shallots and just a little garlic. And once these have become nice and softened, we'll add in my mushrooms.
You look like you need a hand over here. I'm gonna help you out with some crepes. These we're making ourselves, and what this will do for our Wellington is wrap it up nicely so there's no leakage. We need our Wellington to stay perfect golden brown.
I think we're just about done trimming here. It's time to suit up.
Let's do it. Meat glue is extremely dangerous.
It's an enzyme that completely glues proteins together.
I get scared every single time I have to use it.
If you breathe it in, it can literally make your lungs stick together. Hence the gas masks.
When dusting on this meat glue, we need to make sure that everything is spread nicely and evenly.
If we don't fully coat every part of this meat, the Wellington will look terrible when we eventually cut it open.
To hold it together while it sets on the fridge, we'll tie it all up with butcher string.
And now that none of the meat glue is exposed, we should be safe to take off our masks.
Beautiful. We need to wrap it up because when we're cooking it sous vide, we don't want any water to go inside of the meat.
Ooh, that's a big piece of meat. Sure you can handle that?
You know, they always say my meat is big, and here's why.
To finish off our �𝒃𝒊, we're gonna season this up with a little bit of thyme, a generous amount of salt, and finally finish with some pepper. When it's nice and cooked through, add it to the rest of your mixture.
Now that we've got everything prepped out, it's time to start cooking. And this here is gonna be our giant sous vide bath. We'll fill it to the top with water and then set the circulators to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Once our water has come to temp, we can finally take our giant log of meat and place it right into our sous vide bath, which hopefully will cook our meat to a perfect medium rare. This is now going to cook overnight for about 10 hours, and we'll be back in the morning to check on it, but we better hope this works because we're not going to have much time left to finish after we come back. It's currently just before 5 in the morning, and we are going to check on our Wellington. I've been freaking out. I've been nervous about this the whole time, and I didn't want to wake the Steak Avengers because I felt kind of bad, so I woke up Manny to come with me. This has been going all night. Hold on.
What's wrong?
Manny, they're off.
What do you mean?
The things are off. The water's cold.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
How long is it off?
The fuse could have blown an hour ago, but it also could have happened 6 hours ago. I mean, it definitely doesn't feel cooked. I think our best bet's just cranking these up as high as we can possibly get them. I am probably gonna sit here and watch till the water comes to temp. But the only worry now is that if we're not careful, this may overcook. It's just past 6:30 now. We've let this go as long as we possibly can, and it's now time to bring this to the only bakery we could find that has an oven big enough to actually put this in there. We've done the best we can, and at this point, we can really only hope that it's cooked. This right here is where we're gonna be baking our Wellington today. As you can see, it's so big that all 4 of us have no problem fitting inside. You guys go start prepping the Wellington. I'm gonna FaceTime Gordon to check in and preheat this oven. Hey, Gordon.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
It's going okay. We had a little bit of a mishap with the sous vide bath, but I think everything's coming together now.
Okay, hurry up, please. I'm dying to see that Wellington.
See you in a bit.
After the mishap this morning, we can only hope that it's fully cooked.
Gordon Ramsay's more of a spectator in this.
You want to treat this thing extremely nicely, just like a little baby, a little meat baby. It feels like the perfect medium rare.
You better believe it.
All right, guys, we gotta move. We only have 30 minutes to get this thing in the oven.
Next step, we have to pat the whole thing as dry as possible because we're about to torch it.
The final step before torching it is to remove all of the string that's wrapped around the meat. We have to be extremely careful right now because this is when the meat could split totally apart. For me, this is a bit of a sore subject because it makes me remember when I left the string on in one of my last episodes of MasterChef.
The string's on.
Oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Take it out.
Hey, Nick was my guy, bro. I was voting for him the entire time. I was like, he's got this. Oh my God.
Beautiful golden brown color. It's time for the mustard.
And this is the traditional way to do it for Wellington. Directly after searing, we add a nice thin layer of mustard.
While those guys finish painting that in mustard, we're gonna go ahead and start rolling out our puff pastry for the outside of our Wellington. Once this has all been laid out and fused together, we're gonna add some parchment on the top.
And I'm gonna roll everything together to fuse all the edges.
What we're trying to do is make one giant puff pastry sheet big enough to wrap around our whole Wellington.
Next step, we're gonna lay out our crepes on top of our puff pastry.
This is gonna help trap in that moisture and prevent a soggy bottom. There is absolutely no way we're serving Gordon a Wellington with a soggy crust. 𝒂𝒏, start laying out the prosciutto.
Okay, we need to make a bunch of layers.
Guys, you gotta step it up. Literally, you got 15 minutes to get this in the oven or we're done.
Oof. To finish this up, we're gonna patch it up with prosciutto wherever we see an open hole.
The final step to bring it all together is to spread our duxelle.
This has sat in the fridge overnight, and we have to make sure it's in a nice, perfect layer over our prosciutto. Everything looks pretty spread out right now, but it'll all come together shortly.
I'm excited to roll this thing up, but I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it stays together.
We only have 5 minutes left to get this thing in the oven. We're gonna start rolling it, keeping it as tight as we possibly can, because there can be no gaps in any Wellington. Be careful, be careful. Oh shoot, the prosciutto's coming off.
Well done, guys.
Wow, 𝒂𝒏, good job. We're gonna push these tables together.
Now we'll continue rolling it up.
Oh my God.
Extremely careful here.
And aside from cutting it open and feeding it to Gordon, this is definitely the scariest part of this challenge. And we had to bring in all hands on deck to finish this off. We are so close here, we just have to paint the whole thing in egg wash.
2 minutes left, guys.
We'll carefully place our lattice pattern over the Wellington. Uh-oh.
And reposition it to make it look nice and pretty. And we'll finish it up with a bit more of egg wash.
And finally, a nice pinch of salt. The very last step is very carefully sliding this onto our sheet tray. We can't mess this up, guys. Oh.
Yeah!
It's time. The big, gigantic oven.
We're gonna push it all the way in until it clicks, just like that.
And it's ready to cook. Guys, you ready for this?
Yes, come on, open it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here we go.
Oh my
Wow.
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 It is literally a perfect golden brown.
Guys, hold on.
Holy
It's what's on
shit.
the inside that matters.
You guys ready for this?
Let's go.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God, this is scary.
Okay, the moment of truth. Oh.
It's perfect!
Oh my God.
I really hope Gordon's gonna like the Wellington, but we're about to find out. Let's see.
Nick, you got the welly?
I got the welly, you got the sauce?
Holy sh**! Look at the size of that thing. I've got the sauce. Let's go.
Look at that thing. Beautiful. We need a vat of sauce. Man, it's got a beautiful sheen. It's rich. It's sumptuous.
No one can make
Should we
better
take a bite
sauces
before
than
we find out
Gordon,
if it's a
though.
world
I
record?
know.
Shall we? What the Oh, man.
That's so
Look at
crazy.
That is delicious. That's good.
The only thing remaining is finding out if this is truly the largest beef Wellington in the entire world.
I'll kill him if it's not.
Gordon, pleasure. Nick, this was an official Guinness World Records attempt for the largest beef Wellington. Now the record to beat was 20 kilograms. I've confirmed the official measurement, and I can officially say that you achieved 25.76 kilograms. Congratulations, you're officially amazing.
Oh my god.
I love you, yes!
Amazing!
I've never seen Gordon like that.
I've never seen him that happy.
Thank you all so much again for 10 million subscribers. Gordon, any last words?
Yeah, don't subscribe to his. Subscribe to mine. We got 20 million. 20
Watch out. And don't forget, Nightz drop launches in December, so make sure to go get your copy now. 10 of you will randomly get a signed copy by both me and Gordon. And one last thing, thank you so much to all of you for subscribing.
Man, that would be a really cool thing to have. Hey, that was awesome.